happy you're here. Today we're going to make apple crisp, gluten and dairy free. It's the second day of October and I just was feeling very fall-like. It's a little chill in the air and I absolutely love apple crisp. It's my favorite dessert of all time. And a few years ago, I found a recipe by Paula Deen and I'm like, hey, I think I can make this gluten and dairy free. And I did, and I make it probably 2 or 3 times a year. And I have to really be careful how much of it I eat because I could eat the entire pan. So we're gonna jump right in. The first thing I did is I took my apples and I peeled them all, and then I used an apple slicer to slice them down. Now, the process of peeling and slicing the apples, you want to go pretty quickly because the longer they stay out in the air, the browner they're going to get. So they're just starting to brown now, which is okay because we're going to get the other ingredients in. So the first ingredient is some sugar. Just going to put that in. Then we have some cinnamon and nutmeg. And then apple juice, no, they have their own juice. I have lemon juice and orange juice in here. Now, the recipe, which is linked in the description below, is gonna tell you to do a couple tablespoons of each, but you can do more if you like a stronger citrus taste. I'm not a big citrus fan, so I've kind of limited it. And for the same reason, when it's time to put the zest in, I'm going to zest right over the bowl here because I want to kind of get an idea of how much zest I'm putting in. And I just think it's easier to zest over the bowl than to zest into, and then put it in a small bowl and then put it in here. It's just more fun too. Okay, I think I have enough of the orange, and now I'm going to get some lemon zest. Okay, I'm feeling good about that. Now that all the ingredients are in, now you can use a spoon for this. I'm kind of hands-on. I really like to get my hands in here. So I am going to start mixing the apples with all the ingredients I put in the bowl. Okay, so this is very well distributed. It smells really good, but the orange and the lemon and the apple and the cinnamon and oh yeah, and the sugar, oh yes. Okay, so I've got that done. I've taken my baking dish and I've greased it with some Earth Balance Buttery Spread. And so now I'm going to put my apples into the dish, get everything as much as you can that's left in the bowl, just using my hands here. And then we're going to spread, try to make as even a layer as you possibly can with the apples because we're going to be putting the crumble on top of it. Okay, so the apple mixture is really yummy, but the crumble, the crisp part, that's what everybody loves about apple crisp. At least I think they do. I love that part. So we're going to make that now. So it involves flour and oats, gluten-free certified oats, Bob's Red Mill, sugar, 2 different types of sugar, and very cold butter. And I've got it chopped into little quarters because that's really important in this process. And I don't know, if you don't know this, Earth Balance, which is what we're using, buttery spread, because this is a dairy-free apple crisp, they make sticks, which are really wonderful for baking and making desserts. And so I took the sticks were much easier to chop and dice into little squares. Okay, first I'm going to put in the all-purpose, no, it's not really all. We call our all-purpose flour more of a cooking blend because there's certain uses that it's right for and certain uses it's not right for. It's not really right for any major baking or any yeast-risen baking. Yeah, it's great for sauces, gravies, and coatings. And so the recipe for this flour blend is going to be in, and you'll find it at the link for the full recipe. And so what you'll want to do is make up a batch of this and you'll always have it on hand because many of our recipes are going to start incorporating this cooking blend, and so that way you'll always have it. Okay, so that's the flour. And then I've got the oats, white sugar, brown sugar, packed, of course, which means when you measure it out, you pack it down until you get to your measurement rather than leaving it in there loose. And now I've got all of the buttery spread cubed. Okay. Oh, almost forgot the salt. That's important. I know it's a sweet dish. The salt brings out the flavors more. Okay, I'm bringing up my paddle. I'm going to put it on low to start. And what we're looking for is all of this to combine and the butter to reduce itself to little pea-sized sizes. And so I usually go up to 2 after I get everything combined and then wait for all the magic to happen. If you don't start with cold butter, you're going to get a bit of a mess. It's going to be more of a paste, and we don't want that. We want it to be crumbly, and we want the butter to be, you know, about this size mixed in with all the sugar and the flour. Okay, so I think we are done. I've had it on about 2 minutes or so, various 1, 2, and 3, just kind of keeping a really close eye on it because I was waiting for it to get to where I wanted it to be, and I'm going to show you here if I can get my paddle off. Okay. So you can see the little pea-sized pieces of butter, and so as I run my fingers through here and throw some on the floor, which, you know, is kind of, you have to do that. I'm feeling for any larger pieces of butter that didn't get combined well. And I'm not really feeling them too much. What I'm doing is I'm going through and I'm just kind of squishing like that, just so I start to get a feel for the texture, and it's perfect. Okay, now for the fun part, we're gonna add the crumble. So again, I'm using my hands because I really like to cook with my hands, and I'm crumbling. As you can see, my hands moving, or my fingers moving, so I can spread this out. I don't want big globs of it, but I do want it all over, so I'm putting it on slowly and somewhat methodically. This is going to make that delicious, crunchy amazingness that we associate with apple crisp. Oh my goodness, I can't wait. And what's going to happen when it's in the oven is all this butter is going to melt and brown and caramelize. The sugars are going to caramelize, and oh, this is just going to be amazing. Okay, the last thing I'm going to do is just kind of make sure everything's level. I'm not packing down at all. I'm leaving it light and airy, unpacked. Okay, so I'm pretty near the top here. I will say I'm not too worried about this because my oven really needs to be cleaned anyways, but you might get a little spillover if it's as close as it is, but we'll see. So if you are concerned about that, maybe put a sheet pan down on your lower rack. But now I'm going to put it in the oven for 1 hour at 350 degrees. And I've made this quite a few times, and for the most part, hour 350, you're good, you're done. Once you see it bubbling and it's brown on the tops. I have my spoon, I have a bowl of apple crisp, I'm ready to taste. I can't wait. I don't think I've had this for maybe a year. Okay, I'm going in. Oh. Ooh. Oh. That is so good. Oh, the crunchiness and the cinnamony of the apples. Is that even a word, cinnamony? Oh, and the sugar, but it's not too sweet. I think that's what I love about apple crisp is it's sweet, it's not too sweet. Okay, I gotta have another bite. Oh, you are going to love this. If you love apple crisp, this could be your new favorite recipe. Okay, I gotta keep eating this, so I gotta go. Thank you so much for watching. Again, a link to the full recipe is in the description below. And if you haven't subscribed, please do, so you'll get notifications when we have new videos, which is every Wednesday and Sunday. And if you like this video, give us a thumbs up. That will help a great deal. And until next time, happy eating. And now I have taken a 9 by 13, I believe. 9 by 12? 9 by 13.